Hey Merrill Cubs, Mrs. Lehner and Bruce here to talk to you about our skill of the week, which is optimism. So what is optimism, you ask? Well, it's basically finding the silver lining or the good in the bad and having the drive to keep trying even when something didn't go the way you expected to, right? So sometimes things happen in our lives that just didn't go the way we wanted it to, and we have a couple choices. We could get really sad about it and really mad about it and give up, or we can try to find a way to keep working at it and getting better at it or fixing the problem in some other way, and that helps us to persevere, which we've talked about before. It's really important to have perseverance. So being optimistic is basically all of those skills kind of in one. So why is optimism important? Well, having optimism helps us to have a positive outlook on life. So, there's going to be times throughout your life where things will get tricky. Sometimes we might feel sad or worried or fearful, and that happens to everybody. But optimism helps us to kind of build our resiliency, which is like a fancy word that means when things don't go well, we pick ourselves back up and keep on trying. It helps us have a growth mindset that we can make changes to our current situations and that things will get better and we can keep working and trying at things. So like an example of that might be if you were having a really hard time learning how to write a letter and you were getting frustrated, you might feel like you wanted to give up. And that's something that you could think about doing, right? You could say, oh, just give up. This is too hard. Or you could have an optimistic mindset or a positive mindset or a growth mindset. All of those words kind of go together. And you could say, you know what? If I keep trying, if I keep working on this, practice is going to make progress and I'm going to get better at this. And it's going to get easier for me. And it's okay if I'm still learning and I've made some mistakes, because that's what learning is. We make mistakes to learn. So it's no big deal. So by having that optimistic mindset, you can kind of encourage yourself to keep trying and practicing until you achieve your goal. So optimism kind of gives us that hope and that drive to keep working to reach our goals and to see that there can be good even when things seem to be either too hard or not going very well. So I want you to kind of think about your life right now. There's a lot of changes that we've had to deal with over the past couple months with the coronavirus, right? Think about those things. So while the coronavirus has changed lots of things that we used to do every day and made some things even harder, like not being able to leave your house or to see your friends in person, it's also shown us that we can overcome any obstacle that's put in our path. We found new ways to learn, right? New ways to go to school. We do it virtually now. We found new ways to maintain our friendships. So maybe you get to do what we call distance parties, where you get to hang outside with your friends, but you just have to keep your space. Or maybe you get to go on video chats with your friends and see them. And I know some classrooms get to do fun stuff where they have lunch together with their other classmates. So lots of creative ways that we've kind of overcome a problem, and we've had optimism that even though there's a problem in our way, we can overcome it and we can move forward. And I think one other thing that's come from it is a lot of people have been able to spend some extra time with their families, which a lot of people missed out on before. So that's kind of a nice positive too. So I want you to kind of be thinking about those positive things that have come from being in the remote learning, and some things that have happened to you or that you notice have changed since we started remote learning. I know that for Bruce and I, we get to spend a lot more time together, and we get to go on daily walks now, which is pretty great because we didn't have time for that before. So I think that if you are having an optimistic mindset, you can see that there is good even in things that seem not so good. So keep that positivity rocking, my little Merrill Cubs, and we will see you soon, hopefully. Have a good week.